The Italian government tonight put the entire country on lockdown.
Can be characterized as a pandemic.
We will be suspending all travel from Europe.
From Italy this evening, it just gets worse. The death toll now worse than China.
What happened in Bondi was unacceptable.
12 years of perfect employment, it all blows up in 24 hours.
The biggest psyop in history was only 3 years ago in 2020. And now all of a sudden we got new variants coming up for this new election. New C19 variants, EG.5, FL.1.5.1, and BA.2.86 are spreading all across the United States once again. But here's the truth. They're looking to put you all back in dog muzzles once again. You know, just like they told us, oh, C19, bad. C19 this. It's just the biggest pandemic we've ever seen ever, right? So don't go out and vote. Vote by mail. Here's the truth. The 2020 election was stolen. Let's not fall for it a second time, because that's exactly what they're aiming to do now. If you fall for it once again, they're just going to give you TikTok videos of people in hospitals dancing their asses off while broadcasting the news saying that every hospital is just jam-packed with all these cases. And then there's TikTok videos of nurses and doctors doing dances. Does it make sense to you? Or is this the greatest, again, the biggest trick that we've ever been played on once again? Pardon the interruption, everybody. I do want to let you know that big tech does tend to censor videos like this. So the only way for this video to break through the algorithm, especially because this video is demonetized, which is fine. I don't really care about that. But the only way for this video to break through the algo is for you guys to like the video and comment down below for the algo. And if you really fuck with Project VOPod, don't forget to subscribe on the way out. I'm your host, Jake Varr. Let's get back to the video. Thank you. So, as C19 cases flare, some schools and businesses reinstate mask mandates. What do you know? What a surprise, right? This is what they're saying. There will be no parties, right? Quote, this is a quote from Morris Brown College in Atlanta, that they will bring back mask mandates for 2 weeks. We've heard that before, right? It starts off by 2 weeks, then it turns into a month. Then before you know it, a couple years pass by, you still have a dog muzzle on your mouth, and you're wondering, why is that? I don't see anybody passing away from this crazy stuff, but whatever, right? We're rewinding the clock. They're hoping that you don't remember what happened just only a mere 3 years ago, right? Right here, 1, mask wearing. All students and employees are required to wear face masks, dog muzzles, as you will. Physical distancing, of course, that's nothing new. Large gatherings are prohibited. Isolation and quarantine. If you do have the flu, then you are to be by yourself in a room and get more depressed, right? So yeah, that's what it is. Symptom monitoring and regular hand washing, which these will be the guidelines that are going to be put on to place to every school and workplace. It's not like this school made this up just now. This is stuff that's going to be put in eventually by every company, right? So again, yeah, this is what it is. Here's another article. CDC and the World Health Organization monitoring new C19 variant with large numbers of mutations. Ooh, half the cases of the BA.2.86 have been identified globally, but scientists aren't sure if the variant is capable of spreading widely. Yeah, they're not sure of it, but we already know that the World Health Organization is not to be trusted, right? Let's rewind the clock a little bit here, man. The World Health Organization was supposed to investigate where the C19 virus was originated from, right? We all knew there was high evidence that was happening, that it came from China, as you know, China. So what did the World Health Organization do? They said, you know what? China, guys, there's these rumors happening that it came from a lab over there at China. We need you guys. We need the Chinese government to investigate yourselves, right? Because we're too lazy for that. We need you to investigate yourselves and figure out if this is true. Well, Lord and behold, China comes back and says, hey, turns out this C19 virus did not originate here in China, Wuhan specifically, right? Could have been, actually could have originated in the United States. Who knows, right? That's what they were claiming. So the World Health Organization was in bed with the Chinese government. Donald Trump, the great white hope, called them out on their BS, got them totally defunded by the United States. Once Donald Trump was out of office, Biden immediately started funding the World Health Organization that screwed us over, were completely dishonest, and this plandemic happened worldwide. And then a few years later, we find out.
He's also pushing U.S. intelligence to find evidence for this theory that the virus was accidentally released from a lab in Wuhan.
Now, something you probably have heard from a certain corner of the right is this theory that the coronavirus, quote, escaped from the lab.
Donald Trump is known for his ridiculous and debunked conspiracies, one of them being this conspiracy that the coronavirus was developed by these mad scientists in a Chinese lab.
The COVID-19 pandemic likely originated from a lab in Wuhan, China.
Case and point. Checkmate. All right. The mainstream media has done a horrible job on containing their information, of being actually accurate in what their reporting is. And it's because they're lying, of course. The Democrats have the mainstream media in their back pocket. They have for since the 70s, since the culture war of the 70s. The liberals took over the sexual revolution, etc. That's a whole other story. But they've had the media in their back pockets, and they're using it more than ever, especially now with the indictments of Donald Trump, with the election coming up, and the rhinos that are now running for the Republican representation of the presidency. But of course, we know that Donald Trump is going to take that W for that, so not a big deal on that. But let's get down to what Alex Jones had to say about the future of our country here.
By the middle of September, that the new policy is being written, that this is done, they were told this is happening, this is not hypothetical, you will all have to wear masks again, and so will airport employees. Then by the middle of October, they are going to say that everyone flying has to wear a mask.
Mask mandates on
And
planes.
in the meetings, people began to ask them, well, I mean, why is this happening? They said, well, because of the new variant in Canada. And because of the W.H.O, they may, declare this, but regardless, we've been told this is going to happen. I will eat your ass. And then they were told, we expect by December a return to the full COVID protocol.
There you go.
Of 2020, 2021.
In preparation for the election.
Many more details. I wrote down notes on it.
In preparation for the election, guys. That's exactly what they're doing.
COVID protocols to begin rolling out middle of September.
Middle of
September.
September.
And I said, what else were you told? Basically that they believe this new variant's super bad, and that they're doing the testing, and that they should just get ready for a whole new rollout of what happened before. And this was Border Patrol connected people I was talking to, and testing at the border again, and the whole shooting match.
Mass make a comeback.
That's two federal
C19
agents that told me this yesterday. And then I went and looked at the news, and there they were saying Canada's looking at new restrictions again because of the variant, and so is the EU.
And by the way, you got to realize Canada is literally the guinea pig that's voluntarily doing all these high liberal policies as guinea pigs to prep for the rest of the West. Something that I've noticed that Canada, and with Justin Trudeau in power, he's full on.
And what did the Russians just put out 3 days ago? U.S. is plotting another pandemic. Russian head of the defense ministry warns. New lockdowns will starve the third world. New lockdowns will destroy small businesses. New lockdowns will take the average person that's already $5,000 in the hole, and their paycheck is just on time, will put them into full bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And the children in the mask, and the attempt to push a new shot for the new variant, and we're right back in the same hellhole.
The same thing, man. All for control from the Democrats.
Just a few years ago. And why is it perfect timing? Because you go into the election year.
Yeah, election year.
They had the last crisis go over.
They couldn't do this during the Biden administration because how is Biden going to handle another pandemic, right? He's not. He doesn't need a pandemic to literally fuck up everything that's been built by Donald Trump, right? He doesn't need a pandemic. So now all of a sudden, there's a new variant going on. Looks like we need mail-in ballots. Looks like we need everybody to vote through mail-in ballots. Again, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. I mean, if only we could have got rid of Mr. Donald Trump, right?
And we will make America great again.
Couldn't get rid of that. Couldn't get rid of the MAGA. So they're prepping 1 year ahead of time to make sure everybody gets used to the mask. Everybody gets used to all the propaganda that they're going to be pushing in the news. And notice it's going to be flared up a lot, okay? And I would be surprised if most people here in the United States fell for it a second time. They would rather be so scared and listen to the government than listen to the past experiences that already happened prior. And it's going to be a copy and paste plan. I really hope that doesn't happen. I really fucking hope that doesn't happen.
For 2.5 years, they'll bare minimum run this through the next election.
Yeah.
It's only 14, 15 months out with mail-in ballots again. And we have all the eyewitnesses and testimony that they'd get the mail-in ballots, and in some cases they were 99% for Joe Biden. Who believes that? U.S. Postal Service whistleblowers, USPS, second rollout of lockdowns, and attempts at forced injections and travel restrictions and being told you're not essential. We don't have to lay down and die.
That's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first.
So, yeah, it's happening again. It's happening again, right? They're going to make another scamdemic for this year's election. And they're just going to do a copy and paste because they literally believe you guys are that fucking stupid. They're looking to put the dog muzzles back on our mouths again. Let's not do that, all right? Trump 2024. And I'll see you guys on the next Project V.O. Pod. Peace.